So many people do not trust themselves, and they don't even know why. When your boundaries have been repeatedly violated, when you have been blamed repeatedly for things that were not yours, when your feelings have been dismissed, perhaps you were shut down or even punished for speaking up or being true to yourself. When this happens, you learn to discount yourself. You begin over time to distrust your own feelings, not because there's something wrong with you, not because you're not trustable, but because you were exposed or grew up in an environment where this was done to you, where it was required that you abandon yourself in order to survive, or in order to please others, somehow in order to keep the peace. And when you are trained to do this over time, you slowly abandon yourself. Not because you want to, not because it's your fault, because you had to. You had to abandon yourself for a period of time in order to save yourself. When you abandon yourself and you leave yourself, you are doing exactly what is needed historically to maintain peace, to stay safe, to not get in too much trouble. This was a coping mechanism, and thank goodness that you did this. But you learned in this, you learned to stop trusting your intuition, to stop trusting your own feelings, to stop trusting your inner knowing. And you learn to dismiss yourself. I remember a time in my healing where I had gone through so much abuse and hardship that I had no idea how I really felt. I had no idea where I was. And I had to leave myself so completely for so long, I wasn't even sure how to get back. But the beautiful truth is, I came back, and you can come back too. And you can learn again how to begin to listen to your inner voice. You can learn again how to find yourself and how to say no to self-doubt now. As soon as it arises, the doubt of your own self, you can say, you can claim out loud, this is an old story that kept me alive, and it is no longer helpful, it is no longer needed, and it is a lie. It is a lie that you cannot trust yourself, for you can. You can now trust yourself, and you can reclaim your own inner voice. You can begin to listen and uncover your inner voice that was for a period of time perhaps buried. You can begin again to honor and notice how you feel, and to really allow your emotions and trust them. That if you are feeling something, it is there for a good reason. And I invite you to stop dismissing yourself. Really thank yourself. Thank the defensive and protective mechanisms that saved you all these years by doubting yourself in the past. That did protect you at one time, but it is no longer helpful. And you no longer need to fall into this trap of self-doubt. You really can trust yourself. And at first, it might be hard to find how you feel. It might be kind of faint because you have pressed it down. You may have pressed it down for so long in order to survive trauma and hardship. But you can get curious and turn your attention inward. How do you feel? What do you know to be true beyond concept, beyond even rationality? There are things that you just know. And you may even have a gut feeling. And you don't need a reason why this is. You don't even need to understand it. You really can trust your gut, your intuition, even a subtle knowing inside that you don't want to do something is enough to say no without any explanation. And in this beautiful step-by-step way, you begin to rebuild your relationship with yourself. And you begin to come home to yourself. This is day to day. You rebuild in this deep but gentle process. You return home. And you begin trusting yourself again. And I wish this for you. You can trust yourself. You are the divine incarnate, and you are returning to yourself now. Namaste.